Ever since the end of the disarmament program, development in Karamoja has come fast and furious. Government has increased spending on roads, power transmission lines and other infrastructure to further open up the region. But Karamoja's land, long considered remote and worthless by outsiders, is fast falling victim to modernization and development. All across Karamoja, stories of displacement, land grabbing and restricted access to grazing lands and water sources.
Initially, the Karamojong did not really value so much land. So of recent that they have seen that land has value, because most of them have been pastoralists, only just moving with the animals, and because of the neighborness that we have with the Iteso and the Langi, so they have been able to copy, and now they are trying to diversify their livelihood.
But some of the most important threats to Karamoja land come from big agriculture. In Namalu sub-county, Nakapiripiri district, the prison service stands accused of grabbing over 300 acres of land to grow maize for a school feeding program. The evicted families still have not been resettled. They live on land given to them by the sub-county, having lost cows and crops. The prison service is defending itself in a court case filed by those it evicted.
So people were evicted there, and people were left homeless. Some people died at that time because they lacked what to eat.
This 500-acre piece of land on the border of Napak and Moroto districts is meant for the Karamoja Industrial Park. In it sit 2 villages and grazing lands which face eviction. The community has since sued the Uganda Investment Authority to back off its land.
Our land is communally owned, customarily managed. And while the law or the Constitution of Uganda acknowledges our customary land holding, other subsequent laws, including the Land Act and other related laws like the Mining Policy and the Mining Act, play that and do not exactly assure the Karamojongs that their lands are safe, because they put measures for conversion of communal land holdings or customarily owned lands to be able to convert to freehold and other types of land ownership which are inconsistent with what people here are capable of managing and controlling.
Since the return of peace, land has become one of the most sought after commodities in Karamoja. The mining boom has driven people to buy land, even grab, for speculative purposes and rent seeking. Urbanization too has driven the sale and grabbing of land. The nature of the tenure system here also makes land more vulnerable. Karamoja is also a land of vast mineral wealth, something that has made land rights here even more important. This is Lolung Gold Mine. Although it is mostly small-scale artisanal mining happening here, other areas have been licensed to investors with big equipment. Some have been accused of grabbing community land and restricting access to water sources or polluting them. There are also concerns about the use of mercury and wider ecological damage. In 2017, government announced plans to explore for oil in the Kadam Basin, and this, according to reports, set off a flurry of land buying activity.
In the extractive sector, for example, you have to produce paper evidence to be able to get royalties and other payments. But our customary methods of land ownership do not give the owner a piece of paper. So why is it that I don't get my royalties? Because I don't have paper, yet the Constitution says I own my land legally if I am a customary landowner.
Communities are now being trained to know their land rights. They are also being supported to form trusts to register and keep land on behalf of communities. One such trust is Rupa Community Development Trust, an organization representing 35,000 people.
The purpose and the reason as to why the trust was also formed is to watch and have a check on the land grabbers. Can be the wealthy business tycoons, could be even the Karamojong elites. Because of the knowledge, because of the know-how, they may manipulate and fraudulently acquire some of the land titles without the community, not depriving the local communities of their rights.
Land is one of the most precious resources in Karamoja now. Unique policies and legislation is needed to protect it and ensure its sustainable use. Karamoja's economy, and indeed the future of its people, depends on it.